Kickoff. The return's going to start from the 9 up across the 20 to the 27-yard line by Painter. So decent field position for Buckeye Central. And I think we go back to that KISS philosophy early on here. Keep it simple. Try to find something that works. You need 1 score before you can get 5 scores. So we'll see what the Bucks can do.
Yeah, getting on the board, it's important. I mean, not only for getting back in this game, but for yourself to have some motivation, to get some, get some positive energy in your blood and just try and get something rolling.
Randy Rhinehart alongside A.J. Trapasso. Glad to have you aboard as we start the second half. 1st and 10 market officially at the 28-yard line. 1 wide to the top. Backs from an eye, and Painter's going to get the handoff, and he'll get up to the 30-yard line. Pick up a couple on the play, and that's it before the stop is made by Marion Local. Good job defensively there by Robbie Fleck to make the hit. And Fleck, the big nose guard, I think it's overlooked sometimes. 45 assists when it comes to tackling. 6'2", 200, and a senior.
Some big boys out there.
2nd down and 8 from the 30-yard line. 1 back in the backfield. That's Atkins. Irwin straight back to throw, looking, buying some time, gunning it, waiting for Herrnstein, and the pass a little low and behind him at the 35-yard line. He was open. He had a step on the defender, but the pass just trailed him a little bit with coverage on the play from Trevor Homan.
With the team speed from Marion Local, what I'm about to say is their speed creates the difficulty in this, but sustaining blocks on that offensive line. It seems like they're getting the initial push and the initial block, but you can't allow Tyler Irwin to sit back there if you're letting him go, letting the defender go quickly.
Backs are split tight end to the bottom. Painter is wide. Misdirection, and Irwin was going to do something with the ball. I have no idea what. He faked a handoff like a reverse, and then by the time he got back and wanted to roll and make something happen, the pressure was there. There were 3 defenders waiting for him, and he sacked for loss on the play. Jack Holman was back there to help make the hit at the 24-yard line. That play just took too long to develop, AJ.
Yeah, there's just too much commotion going on in the backfield right now. The misdirection plays are great as long as you have room to run them. And if you're allowing the defensive line to get a push into the backfield, there's no room to work back there.
So a punting situation for Dustin Snyder, averaging 33 a kick. He likes the line drive kick where he can get some bounce on it and maybe kick it away from the returner. That time, Perrin lost the handle at the 48. It's
Ball's
still
loose.
Free, and Buckeye Central is going to get a break at their own 49-yard line. Again, that low line drive kick. Perrin tried to go for the scoop, and instead Chase Finney will come up with the football. Chase Finney, who is the center, showing that speed and getting downfield and making the play.
Big Chase Finney. I'll tell you what, that might be the break that Buckeye Central needs to get back in this ball game. They got the fortunate bounce. They've got the ball right around the 50-yard line. See if they can get some field position going, get some momentum back on their side.
For you technicians, technically that is not a turnover. That is a muff, so they will retain possession at the 49-yard line. Play action. Irwin put the ball on his hip and waited too long. Now we'll gun it underneath, and the pass was tipped, and it's incomplete. And again, a good idea there, but by the time he rolled off, it was going to be a tough play to make because he was rolling towards the right sideline, running out of real estate, and then he had to throw back across his body.
The initial deception was there by the play fake, but yeah, I mean, you can't just hold it on your hip the whole time and wait for something to happen. You got to use the deception and get the ball out.
See what they do on this play as they send a wide out to the top, and Alec Baldoser, he's joined by Painter up there. 1 wide out, Herrnstein to the bottom. Atkins stays in the backfield. 2nd down, Irwin, the quick pop. It goes to Herrnstein, makes the catch at the 47-yard line. Short gain on the play. It's going to set up a 3rd down situation now at the 47-yard line, and they'll need just about 7 yards from there. I would think, too, that you're going to reach a point here when you're down 34 early in the second half. You might contemplate going for it across the 50-yard line on a 4th down play if you have to.
Yeah, that thought's got to come across your mind, and I'm sure the coaches talked about it at halftime. Where is our fail-safe line early in the second half where we can take a chance on 4th down?
Trap goes wide to the top, tight end to either side. Toss, it goes to Painter, trying to get to the corner, and he's there. 45, 40, 36 to the 35-yard line before he's knocked out of bounds. Nice play that time as Adam Painter, the winner of the high school Heisman competition here in the state of Ohio. Congratulations to Adam for being a great student athlete, and that involves everything, his work on the field and off. And Adam gets the 1st down at the 35-yard line.
A tremendous young man winning the Wendy's Heisman. And I like that play call, a quick hitter sweep. Allowed allowed Painter to get around the corner.
Gain of 12 on the play, 1st and 10 from the 35. Atkins going to try to bounce it outside the big man. Rumbles inside the 30, the 25. The China shop is open, and he's down to the 20 before he's knocked down. You want to talk about a bull. He was there on the outside. He got to the corner before anybody else, and with his frame at 5'10 and 175, he sure runs a lot stronger than that. He was just impossible to bring down.
A pickup of 15, and with the neck collar that he wears, boy, he looks like a menace out there on the field.
Very Spielman-like, isn't he? Spielman-esque, if there is such a word. 1st and 10 from the 20-yard line. 9:30 left to go, third quarter. Marion local up 34-0, but right now Buckeye Central trying to dent the scoreboard. Atkins had a nice gain off the right side, but walked back into about the 18-yard line. Got forward to about the 17, so we'll see where they give him forward progress. And again, running hard and running strong. Kept the legs turning until 3 guys had to come in to bring him down, as Baldozer will check back in with the play. And a lot of times they do that. When you look at it, AJ, they'll rotate in either a wide out or a running back to bring in the plays from the sidelines.
Yeah, they always like to have a wide variety of weapons on the field. But right now the running game it's proven to be very effective in the second half.
Could be a passing play here on a 2nd and 7 from the 17. Irwin straight back, looks, has some time, guns at the pass, almost intercepted behind Hernstein and in and out of the hands of Toby. I think the most surprised guy out there was Dylan Toby, that the pass was behind the receiver and hit him right in the breadbasket.
Yeah, it looked like there may have been a finger on it by Hernstein, and fell right into the hands of Dylan Toby, but just could not come up with the interception. That would have been devastating.
It will be 3rd down and 7 now, as checking into the contest is J.C. Guttemiller at an outside backer. We saw what he can do with his speed, creating a turnover in the first half that led to an Alaric Keller touchdown. Backs are split, wing to the bottom. Misdirection, handoff goes to Painter. Again, trying to get to the outside, to the 15, to the 10, to the 5, to the pylon, dives, and he is in for the touchdown as Buckeye Central gets on the scoreboard with 8:40 left to go in the third quarter, and then it was 34-6.
Wow. That's the touchdown Buckeye Central needed, and only having taken just under 4 minutes off the clock to get it. It could be the momentum. Now they're on the board. Now they're they can hang their hat. They're not going to hang their hat on that, but at least they can say, all right, what we've been trying to do has worked. Now let's keep building off of that.
Adam Painter to try to make his 38th extra point. What they're doing right now, it looks like, too, is getting the flow to one side because of that speed and getting them to overcommit, and then Painter goes back the opposite direction.
Yeah, it's a lot of counter plays for this Buckeye Central team.
So Painter now to attempt the 7th point with number 7. Tyler Irwin, the holder. The snap, the kick, it is up, and the kick is good. 34-7 in this one in the third quarter. Let us pause now for these messages from the Ohio High School Athletic Association. You're listening to the OHSAA Radio Network, brought to you by Chocolate Milk.
Hi, I'm Dustin Fox. Now, I had a lot of thrills playing football in college and in the pros, but none compared to the excitement of playing high school football. I'll never forget the pep rallies, the bus rides, and playing our rivals before a packed house. Now, for most kids, high school will be the last opportunity to play organized sports, but the lessons learned will last a lifetime. So support high school sports, which helps student-athletes become the best they can be on and off the field.
This message presented by the Ohio High School Athletic Association.
You're listening to the State Football Championships on the Ohio High School Athletic Association Radio Network.
Folks, today's game is brought to you by Chocolate Milk. Refuel with Chocolate Milk. Farmers Insurance, because ready feels good. East Bay, the athletic sports source. Sports Time Ohio, fans for life. Marathon Oil, fueling the American spirit. Brought to you by Time Warner Cable, the power of you. And by Taco Bell, think outside the bun. And they were thinking outside the box there. Buckeye Central, and they found a way to take it downfield. 11 plays, 72 yards, 3:15 off the clock, AJ. And Painter taking it in from 17 yards out to dent the scoreboard and make it 34-7.
Yeah, they were fortunate to get the ball back on that muff punt, and they took advantage of it. It's exactly what Buckeye Central needed to do early in the second half. They need to just get something going. Again, we've talked about it over and over. They were able to do so, and that counter play, the running play, is starting to pick up for them a little bit.
That is the 3rd touchdown on the ground this season for Adam Painter, as we stand now at 34-7 and teed up by Dustin Snyder. Now, this would be the opportune time to attempt an onside kick. Do you think about something like this with 8:40 left to go in the third quarter?
You never know. These coaching staff, they've done a great job all year leading these kids, but the way it looks right now, it looks like they're just going to punch one out there and try and get the stop on defense.
I called the Bishop Hartley Canton game a couple of weeks ago in the playoffs. Are you ready? 12 different attempts at onside kicks. A line drive affair that's going to scoot inside the 25, inside the 20, and trickle out of bounds at the 18-yard line, which will constitute a flag being tossed.
Yeah, that's the risk you run by angle kicking off of kickoffs. Hard to control, especially getting near that sideline. Big mistake.
Our referee today is David Nash out of Urbana.
Vanilla legal procedure on the team. We're going to re-kick. 5-yard penalty.
Again, his compadres are the umpire, Richard Fox out of Dayton. The linesman is Scott Mullins out of Ada. The line judge is Jeffrey Davis out of Poland. And the back judge is John Sagers out of Cincinnati. I'm Randy Rhinehart, joined by A.J. Trapasso, who played high school ball in Pickerington, college ball at the Ohio State University. Had a shot with the Tennessee Titans as well, too. Had a shot at the scoreboard in the new Texas Stadium, and you drilled that. How did that feel to drill that scoreboard? Come on.
Well, you know, making a multi-billionaire mad is kind of an odd feeling. Yeah. But Jerry Jones, he let me know he was upset on national TV the next night.
Did he really?
On Letterman, yeah. Told me I would never play for the Cowboys.
Wow, never get Jerry mad, huh?
Yeah, no, and a bad idea.
Return starts from the 23 up across the 30, the 35, up to the 40-yard line. The return is by Trevor Homan.
I blame Coach Fisher for that, though.
Really, Jeff did that?
That was all Jeff. That was all.
He told you to do that. Hit the scoreboard?
Well, I'm allowed to blame him now. I'm not employed by him.
Jerry looks younger than he used to.
Hair plugs.
Okay. Speaking of which, I'm looking at you and...
oh, I gave up.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't have hair. I'm okay with it, too.
All right, so am I. You're a legend. 1st and 10 from the 40. Backs from an eye. 2 wide at the bottom of the formation, tight end to the top. And Berkey's going to head off. Heitkamp trying to go near side across the 40, 45 up to the 50, and churns forward to the 48-yard line before he's knocked down on the play. Herrnstein hit him, and Herrnstein kind of wobbles to his feet, and he looks to be okay, but he does a 360 to get back to the huddle. But a gain on that play of 12 yards, so make it 1st and 10 now, already in Buckeye Central territory at the 48-yard line.
I was just getting ready to say that the center, the balance, the low center of gravity for Jake Heitkamp, keeping him on his feet, picking up extra yards, even after a pretty good hit from Herrnstein.
Greg Hartke is the All-Ohio player at center. He's going to snap it.
Flea flicker.
Flea flicker goes from Heitkamp back to the quarterback, and they throw it downfield to Perrin, and he makes the catch. And the flea flicker back to Adam Berkey, and downfield it goes to Lee Perrin, and Perrin makes the catch for the touchdown.
What a time to call that play. And answering right back in, what, 30 seconds, Randy?
It's amazing. 8:03 on the clock. A little flea flicker makes it 40-7. As the handoff went to Heitkamp, tossed it back to Berkey, and Berkey found Perrin wide open over the middle for the touchdown. He had to come back to the ball, kind of corral it around midsection height, then was able to make the catch, then turn around to a 180 and scoot into the end zone for the score. And Perrin will stay on now for the extra point.
He's a busy
3 touchdown
guy.
catches now for him.
I think it is. He had the slant, the fade in that one.
And the extra point is up, and did he make it? No. Wide right. 40-7 is where we stay in this one. We'll pause now for these messages from the Ohio High School Athletic Association. You're listening to the OHSAA Radio Network, brought to you by Chocolate Milk.
I'm Professor Burke from the University of Farmers, where agents graze in the fields of excellence. And this is a pop quiz. True or false? The best way to protect something new is to cover it with space-age plastic wrap. False. With Farmers New Car Pledge, you can receive the replacement value if your new car is totaled in the first 2 years. If you said true, unwrap your couches, then call a Farmers agent.
We are insurance.
We are Farmers.
Restrictions apply, not available in all states. Call a Farmers agent for details on all of our auto coverage options. Find your local agent at farmers.com.
You're listening to the State Football Championships on the Ohio High School Athletic Association Radio Network.
The OHSAA wants all of our student athletes to stay healthy and stay in the game. The Stay in the Game campaign educates parents, coaches, athletic administrators, and students on healthy lifestyles and sports medicine initiatives to improve the students' interscholastic athletic experience, specifically receiving the right vaccinations. Remember to stay in the game. And staying in the game was Lee Perrin that time, catching that 48-yard pass in the flea flicker as Berkey handed it off to Heitkamp, tossed it back to Berkey, and they went 60 yards in a mere 31 seconds. Good call there, AJ, on 2 plays. Extra point was no good, and it's now 40-7. 8-7. So rapidly they answer the score from Buckeye Central.
Early going. It was the Guttemiller brothers that were stealing the show, and if there was a family MVP trophy, it might have gone to them early in the game. But now Lee Purin is just making his mark on this game. 3 touchdown catches, and just all over the field defensively as well.
And the passing yardage very interesting because Marion Local as a team averages 147. They get 180 on the ground, but in this game they have rushed for 97. They've thrown for 237. They have 334 yards in total offense. 108 for Buckeye Central so far in this game, and a lifetime left with 8:03 left in the third quarter, and it's 40-7. There's the kick, and it is high, and it is deep, and the return will start from the 8-yard line, up across the 10 to the 15 to the 20. Painter up to the 25 to the 30, up to the 33-yard line. Perrin now with 6 catches for 140 yards and 3 touchdowns. So every other time he touches the ball, he's going to score. There's your equation.
That is fantastic stats right there. Over 20 yards a catch. I mean, the kid's playing on fire right now.
Well, some great stats when you look at it. And again, you go back to the quarterback and you look at Adam Berkey, the sophomore, 13 of 18 passing, 237 yards, 4 touchdowns, no interceptions. 1st and 10, mark the ball at the 34-yard line for Buckeye Central. Atkins gets the handoff. Atkins gets 2 yards, and Atkins gets pushed back after that as Lee Perrin, who's playing everywhere. He's omnipresent, coming up from the secondary, and the cornerback helps to make the hit and push him back.
Buckeye Central at some point is going to have to show a sense of urgency here. I know they love the running game, and they've got a heck of a back there in Michael Atkins, but they're going to have to air it out and put some points on the board in a timely fashion.
You've got an all-stater quarterback, 2.5-year starter in Tyler Irwin. He platooned his sophomore year with Alex Finney, and then Finney moved to fullback last year. 2nd down and 7 from the 37. The quick pop, the pass for Stein, makes the catch. Every time I look at him get up, it looks like Justin is getting up for the last time. You know, he always gets up like, oh, wow, and he just slowly comes to his feet and gets back to the huddle.
I think a little bit of the frustration and you know, just where they're at as a team in the game is playing into that a little bit. He was one of the players that I had my eye on in the first half that was showing some frustration before halftime. But he needs to come out here, keep his composure, and keep playing. He's playing well, and he's making some plays.
He's done a great job as a leader. Great 1-2 punch with Painter. First team All-Ohio. 3rd down. They need 3 from the 41-yard line. We've got whistles. Do we have a timeout? Yes. Buckeye Central wants to take a timeout.
Timeout. Red.
And that would be Buckeye Central if you're wondering about the color coordination. So they take a timeout. That's their first. They have 2 remaining. And the full complement of 3 left for Marion Local in this contest with 6:43 left to go here in quarter number 3. The OHSAA Radio Network would like to welcome those listening around the state and around the world on our great affiliates. They are, here's the list: Lima, WCIT, 940 AM. Lima's WWSR, 93.1 FM, The Fan. Painesville's WABQ, 1460 on the AM side. 1440 AM is Ontario's WRGM. 1150 AM, it's Todd Walker and the gang at Lima, WIMA. Willoughby's WELW, 1330 AM. Marietta's WMOA at 1490 on the AM dial. If you go FM at WJAW, they're 100.9 out of McConnellsville. And in Findlay, it's WFIN, 1330 on the AM side. And our online affiliates include JJHuddle.com, WSWO DaytonOldies.com, Chillicothe's WBEX 1490 AM, and WKKJ 94.3 FM, Washington Courthouse WCHO 105.5 FM, NorthCoastPigskin.com, and RadioNorthCoast.com as well too. We've got a whistle, we've got a flag. We may have a false start on the offense. We'll see. We had some motion up front.
Have a dead ball. False start. Offense.
So marching back 5, and again in high school football, AJ, we've touched on this, not like other levels. Once you violate that neutral zone or make that movement, the play is automatically dead, and the flag will be thrown and the penalty called.
Yeah, it's unfortunate, too. It was a 3rd and short. Now you're looking at 3rd and 8.
From the 36 with 6:43 left to go. 2 to the top, 1 to the bottom. Irwin straight back to throw. Pressure on, rolls to get away. Looks downfield, directs traffic, and dumps it and throws it away. Great pressure that time coming in. Looked like Grant Garman who was coming in with all that pressure.
Yeah, I mean, it's just a lot to handle right now. That's the speed of this Marion team is, you know, that we've seen that all day. The pressure on Tyler Irwin has just been immense all day. He's been running for his life back there, and unfortunately, they're in another punting situation here.
Toby and Perrin back deep. Dustin Snyder to punt. He will stand back at his own 22-yard line. 6:36 left to go, third quarter. Marion local on top of Buckeye Central 40-7 in this D6 state championship game. And oops, a miss kick that time. He dropped it and kind of pooched it and rolls inside the 40-yard line. Be down around the 38-yard line. We're at the top of the hour. We'll pause now 15 seconds for station identification. This is the OHSAA Radio Network, brought to you by Chocolate Milk.
Flyers football at the Marion local 38-yard line.
At Fawcett Stadium in Canton, Ohio, I'm Randy Rhinehart alongside A.J. Trapasso. Glad to have you aboard for the D6 State Championship game, controlled by Marion Local in this game. Up 40-7 over Buckeye Central, and Marion Local has the ball again. The pride of Stein is going to start their offensive possession at the 38. Toss goes to Heitkamp. This time he will keep it and not do the flea flicker and get across the 40-yard line up to the 41 before Painter comes up to make the hit on the play.
If I had to guess, we're going to see a heavy dose of Jake Heitkamp right now. Marion's in the driver's seat. They obviously had their foot on the gas, full throttle with the flea flicker there in the early minutes, but they're just going to manage this game, run some clock. And they certainly have the personnel to do so.
Well, you've scored enough to win the game, and it would be a good time to try to shorten this contest. As you mentioned, now under 6 minutes left to go, third quarter, up by 33. Backs from an eye in motion is Piran. 2 wideouts to the bottom of the set. And Berkey's going to take it across the 40, up to the 45. Lost the football at the end of the play. Do they mark him down, or do they say it was a recovery by Marion Local?
Looks like they're going to mark him down where he was at. But the old jet sweep option.
And he keeps it and gets it up to the 44-yard line. It'll be third down from there. They'll need about 4. And you look at the offensive line, too. How about Jason Brunswick and Kyle Mesher and Greg Hartke and Justin Ridgeling and Nate Wendell with the job they've done. Nate's a 2-year starter and first-team All-MAC as well, too. I don't know about the MAC. I don't know how they do it. Every season when I'm doing a sport, it seems like I do 4 different sports for the OHSAA, and there's always a MAC team involved. Third down and 4 from the 44. Heitkamp trying to go left side. Can he get to the corner first? Decides to cut it in. Gets away from a shoestring tackle and falls forward to the 48-yard line. I thought he had more room to the outside, AJ, but he said, you know what, I'm going to put on the brakes and cut it inside. They tried to grab him by the ankles, and he almost pulled his shoe off. But he got to the 48-yard line and just passed that, and enough for the first down.
That is the experience, patience, and ability of a senior running back, just showing his skills. He knows he can't, whether he could have or not. He decided that he couldn't make the corner, so he stayed back and let his blockers work for him. Shifty enough to work his way out of a couple tackles.
How many years starter were you at running back?
3.
3? Okay. It seemed to me like 7 or 8. At least the opponents told me that. It seemed like you were there forever.
I had an injury freshman year, which took me out early, but came back and had some great coaches.
First and 10 from just past the 48-yard line. 2 to the top. Backs from an eye. It's Heitkamp time again. Heitkamp across the 50 down to the 48, maybe the 47-yard line. When you played, I believe you had what? Jack Johnson, the legendary head coach, and then Jay Sherritt your final year, right?
I did. Jack Johnson for my sophomore and junior year. The school split, and Jack felt that was a good time to go ahead and bow out. I think he's still working over at Harvest Prep.
Mm-hmm.
But Jay Sherritt took over, implemented his offense, which was quite different. Threw the ball a lot more. But great coaching staff and a great tradition down there at Pickering.
Was that a veiled complaint I heard there about throwing it more?
I'm a running back.
4 minutes left to go. Second down and 6 from the 48-yard line. Berkey, play action, keeps the ball in his hip, looks downfield, has a man wide open. Toby to the 30. Dillon, 25, 20, 15, 10. Looks for the corner. Does he go out of bounds? Yes. He thought he stayed in, but he's knocked out inside the 6-yard line. Underneath, that pattern was wide open. Dylan Toby made the catch and rumbled some 41 yards for a first and goal now with 3:50 left to go in the quarter.
Boy, well-designed play fake. Adam Berkey just sits back in the pocket, allows it to develop. Dylan Toby streaking across the field. Easy pitch and catch. Nobody even within 15 yards of him.
So first and goal now from the 6-yard line with 3:50 left to go on a gorgeous day for football here in Canton, Ohio. We want this to stick around, AJ, at least for tonight in the D1 state championship game. We've been blessed with good weather, a little overcast yesterday, but gorgeous today. Toss sweep. It goes to Heitkamp to the 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and he's in for the touchdown. Count it for Jake Heitkamp. Give him touchdown number 30 on the season and widen that cushion now to 39 points at 46-7.
Jake Heitkamp getting up a little bit gimpy, but I think he's all right. Yeah, he's working his way off the field here.
Well, here's what happened. He got banged up in the Delphos St. John's game last week. He tweaked his ankle, but that could be the issue here again, that he did that little spin in the end zone. And it looked like he planted wrong with that ankle, and it could be rearing its ugly head again. But if it's going to happen, I guess this is the time to have it happen when you're up by 39 or 40 points.
Quite frankly, he could probably take a seat for the rest of the game. He's done a very good job so far this game.
Peer in for the extra point. Snap behind the holder, put up, and the kick is up, and it is good. 47-7, 3:44 left to go here in the third quarter. Fans, the OHSAA and YouGive.org are teaming up again to help Ohio schools make a difference in their communities through the March to a Million campaign. Students and their respective teams will encourage fellow classmates to take an active role in providing community service with a goal of 1 million total service hours. Now, for more information on March to a Million, please visit marchtoamillion.org. I'm Randy Rhinehart alongside A.J. Trapasso. Our statistician is Caleb Norick, who's been talking the entire time up here. I don't know if we can possibly get this guy to quiet down.
Yeah, we got to get a mute button on this guy.
He said hello yesterday, I think. That's been about it. He paces himself with conversation.
I just got a head nod. I didn't even get a hello.
Really? Well, it's because we're talking constantly. Our director is Aaron Rhinehart. Our engineer, the one, the only, Joe Turnovan. Assisted by Ty Higgins today. Our producer is Tim Street. Our thanks to Dr. Dan Ross, the commissioner of the Ohio High School Athletic Association, and to you, the great stations and online locations around the country, providing this service to your listeners. And thanks to our great sponsors as well, too, for making this all possible. Don't forget, more action coming up. We'll have our game coming up tonight, and we've already crowned 3 champions, but AJ and I will be back for the D1 title tilt between St. Ignatius and Pickerington Central. 6-play, 62-yard drive, 3:43 off the clock. Heitkamp 6 yards out for the touchdown. And the PAT by Piran. On the run, the catch is made by Stein across the 20, the 25, the 30, puts his head down and bulls out across the 35-yard line. Nice return that time by Justin Hernstein, and they'll have decent field position. And we have a player down on the field right now.
Is that Mitch Kramer down?
Yep, for Buckeye, or Marion local, I should say. And, yeah, you're going to be concerned about that because that is also a guy that is your punter in Mitch Kramer, although he hasn't had to see much duty so far in this contest as they'll attend to his injury down at the 27-yard line. You know, we talked about state champions already crowned so far in Division 5. If you missed it, yesterday, the first game, Kirtland got by Coldwater 28-13. Kirtland 15-0 to end their campaign and to hoist the trophy. Then in D3, we had a wild one. Cardinal Mooney hung on to beat Shawnee 21-14 as Coach Fecco and company. PJ gets crown number 8 for Cardinal Mooney. And also last night in a wild game, Trotwood Madison getting by Avon in Division 2 at Massillon by a count of 42-28. Again, Trotwood Madison going the distance 15-0. And the performance maybe so far, the championships, Israel Green 35 carries, 326 yards, and 6 touchdowns in that game. What was the most you ever had rushing in a game, you remember?
Yeah, I had 4 one game.
How many yards do you think?
The most yards
I thought it was 4 yards in a game. I was concerned there.
No, the most yards. I'm not sure. I think I may have gone over 200.
Oh, you did? I did a game when you were over 200 yards.
Which one was that?
I don't know. Go check your videotapes.
I don't know. I wasn't a big stat guy.
You will be now. The older you get, handoff on a toss sweep. It goes to Painter across midfield all the way down to the 49-yard line, and he's got the first down. The older you get, the more you'll appreciate what you did, and the more you'll really exaggerate how well you played in the game.
Yeah, the legends grow, I suppose, as you get older.
Gain of 14 on play for Painter, enough to move the sticks with 3:29 left to go.
Yeah, back to this game. That's that quick-hitting sweep play to Painter that I like. I saw some flashes of success on that in the first half and early second half.
1st and 10 now from the Marion local 49-yard line. Did they violate the neutral zone? I thought they did. It looked like somebody on the far side, unless they were drawn off there, might be an encroachment call.
Well, it's our young boy, JC.
With dead ball, encroachment, defense. 5-yard penalty.
Thank you. And again, that's going to happen when you get that juiced up and excited. And already, I should mention that Mr. Guttermiller, the younger Guttermiller, has made a great play defensively with a solid hit that led to a fumble that Allery Keller picked up and took some 40 yards for a touchdown. So 1st and 5 now for Buckeye Central from the Flyers' 44-yard line. Backs are split. Irwin Play action, looks, guns, gets drilled as he throws it. Herrnstein tries to come back to the ball, and it's picked off. Holman's got it across the 20, the 25, the 30. Cuts near side. He's got a wall. 45 midfield, 45-40, 35-30, 20.
Go.
Wave bye-bye. He's going to take it the distance for the touchdown. What a job by Trevor Holman to find that seam, go back across that grain, and go 85 yards for the touchdown.
Wow. Everything in Marion Local's favor. Yeah, that's the second defensive touchdown, the second major turnover in the game. It's unbelievable.
And his third interception on the campaign to go with 3 fumble recoveries. The 2-year starter, the big hitter in the secondary, who's a senior, will embellish that. Remember that. We talked about things that you'll remember. How about that? That'll go into his time capsule, and that tape will be shown, and the audio version will be heard over and over again. We have 10 on the field for Marion Local. Oops, now we have 11 coming on.
A couple years, that'll be a 90-yard return.
That's right. Soon it'll be 115 yards.
Yeah, it's possible.
Piran with the extra point, the snap, the kick, it is up, and it's good. And it's 54-7, 2:39 left to go third quarter. All Marion Local in this contest. Could your school benefit from a proven program that builds sportsmanship, ethics, and integrity 24/7, 365? Discover how the Respect the Game, Respect Yourself program involves sportsmanship and makes your job easier. Visit rgry.org today for more details. And again, we'd like to hear from you today. If you are a person that likes to use Twitter, you can go ahead and check out Trapasso 15, TRAPASSO 15, or at OHSAA Sports. AJ's getting a lot of traffic on that, and he has more friends than he actually thought. He told me it was single digits, but it's more than that so far, huh?
It's a digital friend world.
Is that what it is?
Yeah, so they don't actually have to talk to me, which means I can have more.
But you and I get to talk again tonight with St. Ignatius and Pickerington Central. And that should be a lot of fun covering that game as they do a kind of a quick preview of that matchup. Ignatius has the history. They're going for 11-11, and Pickerington Central trying to win their first state championship for Coach Jay Sheridan. Chuck Kyle has been there so many times. It should be an interesting matchup. Strong defense for both of those squads. And both of them kind of started out the season a little shaky. Pick Central was 0-2 before they got it going, but strong contest as well, too, against big opponents in Moeller and St. X. The kickoff, Herrnstein from the 1. Up across the 10, the 15 to the 20-yard line, and is undercut right there at the 21 as the hit is made on the play by Jordan Rethman, who is a junior, a wide receiver and defensive back. So now it's 54-7, and Buckeye Central will have the ball back with a lot of time left. 2:33 in this third quarter, and the entire fourth quarter yet to play.
That was a pretty good hit on special teams there by Jordan Rethman.
Yeah, he doesn't play like a 5'8 guy who weighs just, 150. So if he's listed at 150, he probably is about 145, 140.
Yeah, with high school is always embellish.
Backs are split. Coming
There's
back around is Painter. Yep, on the counter, out across the 20, the 25, stiff arms his way to the 30, the 35-yard line, and knocked out of bounds at the 39. There's a hit after he went out of bounds, but he's got the first down. And again, that's a nice play. If this were a 7-7 contest, they could be making a statement. But right now they're down by 47 points with 2:25 left to go after that gain of 18.
Yeah, I'm watching the interior line, and they're getting away with a little bit of holding on these plays, but I think they're just going to let them play this. And it's a creative play. I really do like that play. Fake it one way and come back the other.
1st and 10 from the 40 with that wing again to the bottom of the set. The backs are split on this first down play. They're bluffing blitz. Are they coming? Yes, they are. Handoff goes to Atkins, and he gets across the 40 up to the 44-yard line. Michael, we should mention, too, you look at the stats, 326 carries, 1,734 yards, 22 touchdowns, and the most important stat, he's a junior. He's coming back next season.
Yeah, he's a big boy. They're just going to get him in the weight room, put some more pounds on him, hopefully keep his speed, and he's going to be a force to be reckoned with next year in the NCC.
What was your playing weight as a senior in high school football as a running back? Do you remember what your size was?
I think I was right around 210, 215, somewhere in there.
How tall are you?
6 foot.
All right. Second down. And 5. Irwin straight back. Plenty of time on the slant. Looks for Herrnstein. Pass underthrown.
Unbelievable.
And guess who? Picked off by Lee Piran. No, they're going to say it was not picked off. They're going to say the ball hit the ground.
I don't know. That might be a little helper call there for Buckeye Central because that looked good from up here. But they do have the best angle.
1:41 left to go third quarter. Buckeye Central dodges a bullet. And if you're wondering, there is no review, mercifully, in high school football.
You know what? They might have got that one right.
He may have bobbled it by his waist as we checked out a replay real fast.
As he rolled over the ball, it may have come loose.
3rd and 5. Atkins has got it. Takes it to the outside.
Block.
This is the play where he rumbled for about 17 earlier, and he gets to the corner first. And when he does, he's got that stiff arm, too, to take him down to the 45-yard line into Marion local territory. And he picks up the first down after a gain of 10 with 1:35 left to go third quarter.
There was a nice peel-back block by Bryce Collins on that play. Sprung Michael Atkins free.
The team from New Washington and Crawford County trying to make a statement here. The representative of the North Central Conference. Enrollment 111 boys. And with that, they have 36 kids on the team, 10 that are seniors. Irwin straight back, quick pop. It's complete to his tight end. Caught by Capel. Capel gets the ball down to the 40-yard line. Boy, Thomas is a good frame, too. 5'10", 160. Looks bigger than that, though, but he corrals the ball and always puts his body between himself and the defender. So if you're going to make the play defensively, you pretty much have to commit pass interference to get to it.
Tyler Irwin's done a good job on these short passes of putting it in spots where only the receiver can get his hands on it. And like you said, with the good body position from Capel, it's a very difficult task for the even linebackers and DBs to try and get in the way.
Double tight, wing to the bottom. Handoff goes to Atkins again. First to the outside. Got a nice seal block that time. Atkins 30, 25, 20, 15. Slides down at the 14-yard line before he's brought down. Great job on the corner to make the block. I'm not sure, but I thought it was number 55 that had the seal block.
Yeah, Bryce Collins again.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're doing a great job sealing the end, and Michael Atkins showing a little speed there, coming around the end, and Trevor Holman with the tackle.
Picks up 25 on the play, so it's 1st and 10 from the 14-yard line. Down to 35 seconds left to go third quarter. Flyers on top, 54-7 in this one. In the D6A championship game from Fawcett Stadium. Misdirection again to Painter. Cuts it inside. Ooh, got creamed at the 12-yard line. Had acceleration at the 14, then tried to find a seam at the 12, and that was a collision between two freight trains. One not that large, and Trevor Holman, who had that pick for the touchdown, and I think Trevor got the worst of that one, as he's taking inventory back there in the secondary.
Yeah, it looked like Dylan Toby tripped him up first, and as he was falling down, Trevor Holman kind of got the brunt force of that energy coming down.
3 quarters in the D6 championship game in the book from Fawcett Stadium. And with that, Marion local on top of Buckeye Central 54-7. Let's pause now for these messages from your local station. You're listening to the OHSAA Radio Network, brought to you by Chocolate Milk.
Hi, I'm Clark Kellogg. Have you ever thought about what makes high school sports so great? High school sports are great because of our coaches, who not only teach the game, but also teach lifelong skills like hard work, teamwork, sportsmanship, and citizenship. High school sports are great because they keep things in the proper perspective. It's great to strive to be the best and to try to win, but high school sports also strive to develop the best students, the best teammates, and the best leaders of tomorrow. High school sports are great because they are truly about community, bringing students, parents, and alumni together the way only a sporting event can. The privilege of participating in high school sports is one of the most exciting experiences of a young person's life. So please show your support, because high school sports are great.
This message presented by the Ohio High School Athletic Association.